So finally, I'll be talking about the retrospective of King of Fighter, the Nests Cartel Saga. So basically, this one is the second, let's just say, a trilogy saga starting from the year 1999 all the way to 2002. So what is it? Is it a new story, new characters? Well, to some extent, yeah. The whole point of 99 was they wanted like a fresh. I guess they SNK wanted a new fresh start on the King of Fighters series. So one of the first things you'll be shocked if they change in the Next Cartel Saga is now you're gonna be, rather than team of three, you're gonna be of teams of four. And the introduction of strikers. So striker basically is, think of it as an assist attack, basically based on Marvel versus Street Fighter, Marvel versus Capcom 1 and 2 and 3. When you push like a certain button, your partner comes in and do like a quick attack, to give you the edge. So that's basically what strikers are. So basically, the first game, King Fighter 99, the Millennium Battle, is teams of four, so 7 teams. So of course, fortunately, this one I think it's one of the weakest Nest Cartel Saga game because not a lot of new. Well, there are some new characters. There's some old ones. Half the roster from the Orochi Saga basically got the boot. Some of them stayed, such as Benimaru, Shingo, believe it or not, the Fatal Fury theme, or the trio plus my Art of Fighting. Let's see. Oh, some of them there. Well, Psycho Soldier. There's still the Eco Warrior. They just expanded. Even the Korean team, they have another new member, supposedly a old friend of Kim. So, I mean, technically, 7 new team. 7. No, wait, is that? Yeah, 7 teams of 4. Like I said, there's some new ones. So one of the things about this game is, since they want to do fresh, they want to introduce a new main character. So the guy's basically name is K. His full name technically is K Dash. So who's this guy? Sort of an anti-hero with an attitude, and also he has fire power. And just like Kyo with Benimaru and Goro, K also has his own best friend or partner. His name is Maxima. From Canada, somehow he's some sort of cyborg. So, who are some of the new characters in 99? Well, first, the Fatal Fury theme now is basically based on the anime. You got Terry, Andy, Joe, and Mai. And in Art of Fighting, you got Rio, Robert, Yuri, which is the Art of Fighting team since from 96 to 98 or 97, plus the returning Takuma. Yes, he did return in 98, but now he's officially in the storyline, he returned. And of course, you still have the women's team. And surprisingly, from the special 97 team, Blue Mary actually came back. The only one that stayed. Billy Kane and Ryujin, I don't know what happened. But in the women team, they actually, Kasumi Toto returned. Plus another new character, basically based on Real Bout, and technically Real Bout too. Yeah, I did the showcase that a long time ago. Not so much, so maybe I'll do a rewind showcase. She's one of the latest new member character from the Fatal Fury series. Surprisingly, she's sort of gonna play a big part in the next Cartel Saga. So surprisingly, and of course, Ikri Warrior. There's a new original character by the name of Whip. And Psycho Soldier. I guess he's from China. His name is Bao. And his premise is that somehow he took Kenso's psychic power. So what happened now is Kenso doesn't have any psychic power. And if you play King Fighter 99 all the way, 99 2000, or, 99 2000, I'll talk about the other one later, he has different moves. And of course, like I said, the Korean team, you have Jun Hoon, which is supposed to be an acquaintance to Kim. But the question now is like, wait, K? Who's this guy? Is he the new main character? What about Kyo? What's going on? Why would they kick Kyo out? Well, like I said, SNK at the time felt like we need a new hero, a new main character. So at first you think, oh, it's Kei and Yori is out. Not so much. So what they did was, because the premise really with King of Fighter, the Nests Cartel Saga is, it's all about clones. Yes, clones. So you'll notice in '99 there's Kyo 1 and Kyo 2, and the number to some extent in story wise is significant. Let's just say they're supposed to be the first clone and the second clone respectively, and they're supposed to be, they play as, well, Kyo 1. It's a modified version of Kyo 95 with some minor changes and minor moveset. Kyo 2, he is basically Kyo 98, our modified version. Same deal, both of them were modified, just in case if you kind of miss the 95 style or the 98 style. But again, they were greatly modified. But they still have their signature, like Kyo 1 has the Serpent Wave. Kyo 2 has that, what's the name? Some Russian Fire Punch. So then you say, wait, is there a Kyo? Where's Yori? What's going on? This kind of sucks. Well, in King Fighter 99, there's actually 2 hidden characters. Yes, actually hidden characters. In the arcade version, you have to do some code really hard from what I heard. Console version, from what I heard, they decided to unlock them. The hidden character there actually is you get to play as Chris Dalit, the boss. You couldn't do it in arcade. And yes, he is the boss in 99. Okay, so who are this character I just mentioned? First of all, like I said, the theme for the Nests Cartel Saga is clones. They are clones. So, yes, Kyo 1 and Kyo 2 are basically clone of Kyo. Because one of the premise is that you'll be surprised, Kyo in the Nests Cartel Saga has a new outfit. And he doesn't wear his famous white bandana he used to wear in the Orochi Saga. How did it happen? Is there like a backstory? And the answer is yes. The backstory is after the event of '97, he was kidnapped, captured by the Nests Cartel, and they didn't experiment, but they basically took some DNA from him to create some clone. So technically, 2 years he was missing. I can remember, '98 has nothing to do with the storyline. It's a dream match. So '99, basically, they kidnapped Kyo, and then Kyo witnessed a lot of multiple Kyo with the skull outfit. So he said to basically differentiate himself to the other one, he had a new outfit. Apparently, story-wise, according to SNK, he found out some sort of outfit in the Nests Cartel lab, grabbed it, and that's why now he has that new outfit. What do you think about the outfit? It's okay, but that's what it is. Yeah, again, so Kyo basically, and of course, Kyo, the real Kyo, actually, once again, had some modification move. They changed. He's still basically Kyo 99, but with some minor changes. One is, I think he lost the ability, his move that when you grab the guy, now he does some weird, like some sort of underhook uppercut. Even he doesn't even do the rush punch anymore. Now some new weird underhook rush punch, but he still has the signature serpent wave. I guess that's not ever gonna go away. That's actually, I guess that's one of the signatures, kind of like Ryu's Shinko Hadouken. So Kyo serpent wave. Excuse me. So of course, well, Kyo's there. Should Yori be there? Yes. So yeah, Yori's there. Also, a hidden character on the arcade console. He was unlocked. Not so much different, except they just removed one of his super, changed by a new super, I guess, to rebalance the guy. But he still plays the same ever since '95. So yeah, so you're talking about clones. So are there other clones beside Kyo and Kyo 2? And the answer is yes. K-Dash. That's his full name. K, believe it or not, if you finish the game with K, you find out that K is actually a clone of a semi-clone of Kyo, but at the same time, the backstory was with K. I guess he was also human at one point, but they insert Kyo's DNA on him. That's why it's kind of like different. So, but apparently it's a semi-clone of K. A little bit confusing, but it's supposed to be like he's a modified clone. And Chrysalid is a clone of K. So, Kyo 1, Kyo 2, K, Chrysalid, they're actually clones of Kyo. So it's gonna mess up really. Like he got kidnapped and then they're trying to make clones of him, an ultimate Kyo clone. So yeah, that's the start of the Nests Saga. So remember, there'll be other more clones that's coming in. So, and remember, Kyo, right now you think, man, Kyo and Kyo really, they have to do that. They kind of suck. This sucks, why would I play them? If you played them in 99 because it's just a single entry, yeah, you might understand, okay, maybe they're not that good. But later on, and I'll explain this, what happened if you make a team out of them? That's later on. So let's move on to 2000. So the continuation. More new characters, and apparently now there are also agents. They call themselves agents against the Nest Cartel because K's team and now Benimaru created his own team. K basically now teams up with a guy named Seth, which is an agent, and a guy named Lin, supposedly that his clan betrayed him, or one of the guys betrayed the clan, and now he's up for revenge. The same thing with Benimaru, he teams up with Shingo, and yes, finally Shingo's in the team, not rather than a single entry like in 97 and in 98. They also team up with two other agents. Vanessa's supposed to be a better boxer than Heavy D, I know, and Ramon, which is a luchador. So there's two new teams, and then something's being changed around. Like in the Fatal Fury team, they replace Mai with Blue Mary, and then for the Art of Fighting team, they replace Yuri with King. Again, I don't know why they keep doing this. Again, SNK has a different way, trying to freshen up, but kind of really confusing to some extent. And then, of course, you got then the women's team now. They got the apparently Zhang Fei Li. She may be 99 in 2000. She got the boot. They replaced it by a Japanese sumo girl by the name of Hinako, I think. I can't remember. I don't play her, but I heard she's pretty good. She's like a student of the sumo class, but she doesn't look like a sumo, but she's supposed to be strong. That's the story. So again, a lot of some changes. So instead of 17, I think that one had 18. And also they introduced a hidden new character by the name of Kula Diamond. And if I remember, it's on Wiki. Her story, I think, was supposed to be another clone of, sort of clone of Kyo. Correct me if I'm wrong. I have to look it up. I do apologize. Supposed to be a clone of Kyo, but rather than firepower, she used ice power because one of her fear is just like the Martian Manhunter in Justice League, fire. She does not like fire. So there you go. So again, and what the best part with 2000 is they introduce alternative strikers. So not only your character can be a striker if you choose him to, each character has a alternate striker. Sometimes basically characters from other game. Some of them are characters that was in King of Fighter that got boot out, so they went there, such as Goro, Billy Kane, Ryujin, even the Orochi team. There are strikers. And some other people like the Ijai also was there. I mean, there's a lot I can't remember because there were a lot of. For each character has another striker, and some of them are tidbits. Some of them are just like extra character we just use. We just put them in there just for the sake of it. Like an example is Kyo's another striker is Sho Kirosama, I think. Kirosama. I do apologize. And if you know the history of King of Fighters, basically he was supposed to be the original Kyo, but he got the boot, so they changed it to Kyo. So now he's there as a striker. And then for K, another K basically is K before he altered himself. Because remember, like I said, K is a clone of Kyo, so his hair was brown hair, but he just has dark skin. He decided to modify himself because he didn't want to look like Kyo. So there you go. Because again, remember, he's a special clone of Kyo. Sadly, Kyo 1 and Kyo 2 is not in the game, not even in the Striker. And then in the console version, there were actually more Striker the add such as the sports team, Hydrant, even Mr. Big and Wolfgang Krauser was in there. I think Rugal also, correct me if I'm wrong. And some of the Strikers are also based on other SNK game, like Rocky from Robo Army. And there are even some concept characters like it's like Show. Another one was, I think, Kang Bei Kang, which is supposed to be a concept character for Hun, but then they just chose Hun. So there you go. And then the boss by the name of Zero, supposed to be much stronger than Chrysalid. But then the story with this one is, you find out the boss is really a clone of original Zero. He was just a clone. Again, the team is cloned there. But then, like I said, the game got improved. The 99 had more team, more variety, sort of new strategy. Like, should I pick my regular striker or another striker? And like I said, in the home version, you can even have more strikers. So there you go. Pretty interesting about it. Alright, so with that, unfortunately, to some extent, even so that there were a lot of characters-wise in the game, because of the striker, this is the time, believe it or not, 2001 is when, sadly to say, SNK filed for bankruptcy, so they had to sell some of the asset to other company. So King of Fighter 2001, it was owned by a Korean team by the name of Ayodhya. That's what it's called, Ayodhya. And remember, in the past, when I talk about King of Fighter 14, which one of the characters I'm surprised is back, some of the characters was created was exclusive to Ayodhya. The developer, I forget the name, Brezensov. But the point is, it's not under SNK, but still has that SNK feel, trying to emulate it. But again, SNK at this point was basically out of commish. They were filed bankruptcy. Games, basically, like I said, were sold to different places. And I think the only one that basically was still inactive was the King of Fighter series with 2001. So basically, this one they sort of toned it back. They didn't have a lot of they got rid of the another striker, but they had a new system. It's still 4 teams of 4, but the changes now is this is basically sort of a copy from Capcom vs. SNK, the ratio system. So basically, you can either have in your team either up to 3 strikers and just 1 fighter, or 1 striker and 3 fighters. Depends on how your configuration is. The characters can get stronger or weaker. But there is some sort of, believe it or not, there is sort of a striker, like another striker element in it to some extent. Namely, 3 in the console version, not in arcade, because you'll find, because the sub boss there is called Original Zero, the real Zero which Clone Zero got cloned for. And Original Zero basically he not only is only a single entry, but he has 3 another striker. Ron, Chrysalid, yes, somehow he survived, or another Chrysalid. And Gula is supposed to be Ignis Lion Pet, that's the main boss in 2001. The son of the founder of the Nests Cartel. So, excuse me. So that's the boss. But thinking about bosses, Ignis, what about the team? One of the smart things, I guess, this time around is they decided to some extent, bring back some old team. So for the first time, for a long time, the Japan team is back. Kyo, Benimaru, and Goro and Shingo. So finally, Shingo's dream came true. He gets to team up with the Japan team. The ending was not so much, but at least as a player, you go, oh, finally, the Japan team is back. So because Goro is back. And the best part is, because Goro is back, he'll play a bigger part on the next chapter. But that's another time. And then K's team basically got modified. He teams up now with Lin and Whip. Because if you finish the game with Ikra Warrior in 2000, you find out that Whip somehow is related to K. Rumor has it he took care of K at one point. That's why there was a rumor that Whip was supposed to be a spy for the Nest Cartel. So she teams up with K. Then you say, well, what happened to the Ikra Warrior team? Well, just like Goro, Hydran also makes a comeback. So Hydran's back, teaming up with the Ikra Warrior team. So are they new teams there? Well, yeah, one is Iori finally actually gets a team himself too. And he teams up with the agents, Seth, Vanessa, and Ramon. Excuse me. So now Iori has a team. Story-wise, basically, they made a deal. Team up with us, we can stop Nest Cartel. Iori said, fine, as long as I get to fight Kyo, that's all that matters. There you go. And then even Kula finally gets her own team called the actual official. Just like in 97, the Orochi team with Yashiro, Shermie, and Chris. There's actually called the Nest Cartel team, which is Kula and then Foxy. Foxy basically was a striker for Kula, but now she's a playable character. And I also heard in 2001 she's way broken, but it's a different story. And two new characters. First is K49. Yes, this is the guy basically what they did was apparently somehow this developer or the company, Aeolith, somehow is a fan of Akira the anime, so that's what K49 was based on. But his premises, the reason why he's called K49, he's the 9,999th K. Because again, they're trying to find this perfect Kyo clone. So it's supposed to be another Kyo clone, but unfortunately has different powers. And his power is, like I said, it's Akira to some extent. It's technically Earth power slash bio Earth power. Let's just say that. Let's say one of his moves is what Akira does in the anime. So it is a homage to Akira, and I'm surprised that the Akira producers said, hey, why not? So there you go. And he actually has a teammate by the name of Angel, which is supposed to be a grappler. And remember, like I said, in King Fighter 90 or 14, that Angel's back. This is her first origin, was in King Fighter 2001. So, yeah, so that's one of the new team. Kyo and Yor finally form a team. And, yeah, some of the team basically, again, got rearranged. Some of them made a comeback, like Li Shangfei made a comeback. Making the story was she was upset that she wasn't in 2000, so she formed a women's team in 2001. And of course, in the Korean team, they got rid of Hoon, replaced by another Elliot property by the name of Mei Lee. She's supposed to be like some sort of Kamen Rider fan because she has a Kamen Rider belt. Funny. And there's like one of her movies called Hero Mode. She'll have a scar. Again, like a hero, and she acts like a Kamen Rider. So, there you go. So, yeah. So, like I said, the boss there is Ignis, the son of the founder, because if you see the intro in Ignis' intro, he basically somehow sucked his old man's whatever essence, and he just became ashes, and then the battle starts. So, then of course, when you beat the game, that's the end of the Nests Saga. Everybody basically moved their own way. The same goes with K49, K, Kyo, Yori, you name it. So, I mean, if you want to know the ending, there's some in the Google, but yeah. That was the end of the Nests Saga. And sadly, also in Japan, there was actually a Neo Geo collection called the Nests Saga with 99, 2000, and 2001. Sadly, that never came in America, but of course, there was some single entry for the PS2, and of course, one of them was in the PS1, so no harm done. But still, I'm like, oh man, wish there was that collection. A little bit tidbit before I move on to 2002, I forgot to mention in 99. In the Dreamcast version, there was actually an improvement version called King of Fighter 99 Evolution. Basically, what it is they were trying to test out a new engine to see how it works, and they used 99 with it, putting 3D graphic in it, and sadly, it was exclusive to Dreamcast or the NES Cartel collection. Technically, that's what they used, the 99 Evolution version. Oh, and also, by the way, anytime the console version always have new exclusive than the arcade version, especially 2001 also. One is you get to play the boss, the strikers, and had better graphics from what I heard. Yeah. So 99 basically what it is that they added some new strikers, such as one of them came to 2002 show. Oh, and that was the introduction of Vanessa and Seth. There were strikers there. And then there was also Alfred, which is supposed to be a hidden character for Real Bout 2. And oh yeah, Fio from Metal Slug, she made an appearance. And also one interesting one is there was one called another Athena, which is basically Athena in her school uniform, which is based on the Psycho Soldier game. And another Kyo, which is basically Kyo with a leather jacket and jeans. Backstory from that one, from what I heard, was it was supposed to be just a concept drawing for Kyo. It's basically his outfit when he's riding his bike, leather jacket. But I'll explain that particular Kyo is going to play again a big significant on the next saga. But that'll be a different one. So, again, back to 2002, or now we're talking about 2002. So, again, just like 98, there's once again a dream match. So, what they did here is, again, same developer, same publisher, Eloit and Brezensoft is the developer. So we said, okay, find the dream match. So what's going to happen? So what happened was they actually sort of mix and match who to return and who gets still the boot. So just like 98, actually had more characters in 2000. Once this, the Yagami team is back. So yes, Vice Mature is back. Japan team once again. Kyo, Benimaru, and Goro. And of course, K team now. K, Maxima, and Whip. They're now a trio because 2002 is back again to a teams of 3 rather than 4 because even they realized that Team of 4 wasn't really working for the King Fighter series. 3, I think, is the best. I agree with that. So 2002 was the return of the Teams of 3. So like I said, there are some characters returning. The Special 98 team is back. The 97 team is back. So Ryujin and Billy King once again are playable character. The Orochi team, they're back. They're back. And then the Art of Fighting, believe it or not, surprisingly, is Ryo, Robert, and Takuma. Not Yuri this time, I guess based on 94 and 95. And then the weird one is the women's team. They had Yuri, Yuri, and Mei Lee. So they kicked out, what's her name, a King, but she returned in the console version. I don't know why, I guess she wasn't that popular. So there you go. So some of the teams are back. I think that's it. 98, 97. The Yagami team. Basically, surprisingly no boss team. But Gears, again, same thing. Console version along with Go Inside. The hidden character on the console. So yeah, some of the team basically based on Nests Cartel. Such as apparently King K, like I said, K team's called the 99 team. The 2000 team is basically Seth, Vanessa, and Ramon. Yes, because they debuted in 2000, they now call the team. 2001 basically is the Nest Cartel, which is Kula, Angel, and K49. Why not? What's her name? Foxy? Because from what I heard, due to the fact that she was broken in 2001, they didn't want to bring her back. So, there you go. So it's a mixture of, because some of them basically based on what year. Like I said, 96 was the Yagami team, 97 was the special team, 98 I guess is the new face team, and also the Orochi team, like I said, makes a comeback. 2000 is K, or 99 is K's team, 2000 is the Asian team, 2001 is the Nest Cartel team. So who's the boss again? Well, in any King Fighter, you gotta have Rugal, because when you think of boss in King Fighter, it's Rugal. Not Ignis, not Orochi, not Zero, not Goenzai. It's always been Omega Rugal. So again, here's back. So you say, well, it's a dream team. So I'm guessing there's no new character. Wrong. One of the big teaser what they did here, and finally, and this is why I'm saying that why Kyu 1 and Kyu 2 will become significant. Well, not in 2002, but there is, even in arcade version, there was a hidden character, and his name is Kusanagi. Yes. So, basically, who's Kusanagi? Well, you can say he's a new character, but it's not. And I'll explain that next vlog about 2002 and its new revised version, King of Fighter 2002 Unlimited Match. So stay tuned for that one.